What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. All right, guys. So I haven't made an update for anybody for quite a while now. I've been slacking in more ways than one. So I figured, what better way than to do a big 2021 review. I just broke my pen. Ching. 2021 review, and just kind of talk about what I did in 2021 and some of the failures that I've had this year, some of the flops that I've had. And this is going to be a pretty jumbly video. I have taken some notes, so sorry about that in advance. So anyways, Happy New Year's, guys. 2022 will be here in 6 hours from the time of this video. So I hope you guys are all ready to leave behind 2021, as crappy as it may have been or good as it may have been. Let's let this year go and roll into the new year. I hope you guys have some goals set for yourselves, whatever that may be. So let's go ahead and just start right into it. I've got kind of a lot of things to talk about. So just to kind of get the Suboxone stuff out of the way for this video, I'm currently sitting at 1.5 milligrams. Last video I was at 1 milligram. I was kind of rushing the taper, as you guys seen. And anyways, as of right now, I'm at 1.5 milligrams steady on that dose. Could be better, could be worse, right? Dr. Chris Park, I got your mug in here for you, so that's for you, buddy. It's tea time around here. So, all right, so we got the 1.5 milligrams. That's my current dose. Happy New Year's to all you amazing people out there that follow me, and I need to get cracking on this video. All right, so let's talk about my failures for the year and just kind of what I've been doing this year, 2021. And before I start, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. That really helps the channel. I know you guys know, you probably hear that every day you watch people's videos. Hit the like button, hit the like button. But it really does help the word get out to other people. And obviously, people talking about this stuff isn't too common of a topic, so it'll help other people hear the message. Okay, so make sure also that you're subscribed. I've been told by a few different people that somehow it's unsubscribing them, so make sure that you are showing that you're subscribed. And if you like to jump on the live streams, go ahead and hit the notification bell on there, because I do random ass live streams. So if you want to get notified when I'm doing that, that would be the way. All right, so let's go back in time about a year. As some of you may or may not remember, I had gotten off of Suboxone and I had it set up to do a kratom. Basically, I was going to go from Suboxone to kratom. I had it all mapped out like Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. And I thought I would have the master plan, and that did not work, guys. So I do still see some people commenting on the video that I put. I think it was something titled Getting Off of Suboxone with Kratom or something like that. It was about a year ago. And I'm not sure, maybe I should just delete that video, because I do not recommend that route. And this is not to hate on kratom. I think kratom is a great potential for, I really don't know what I need to say about this. I think kratom's a great substance for people that do not have opiate addiction history. So if somebody needed to use it once a month for their period cramps, or maybe a migraine or something like that, or some back pain, if they weren't addicted to opiates, I could see how that could be a perfect use for something like that. But if you've got history of opiates, there's a very, very, very good chance you're going to abuse the kratom and start increasing your doses. So I do not recommend going from Suboxone to kratom. I've tried twice now to do that and to do it controlled, but the issue was I stayed off of subs for a month with kratom, but I tried to taper and I couldn't taper. It's just like trying to taper lower on Suboxone. What was happening was I would take my doses, and then what would happen is the half-life of kratom is shorter. It hits faster and it exits faster, obviously, especially when you're taking tiny doses. So I was waking up in the middle of the night in withdrawals. And after about a month of doing that, it wasn't getting any better. So I couldn't taper anymore. I was just stuck. And I got really sick of a month worth of crappy sleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back on low dose subs. So in my opinion, if you're comparing low dose Suboxone to low dose Kratom, Suboxone is by far the better choice, guys. By far. You don't have to take it all day. You can take it once or twice a day. Kratom, you have to take it every 4 or 5 hours or else you're going into withdrawal. So that's my experience. I'm not saying nothing. I'm trying not to harp on Kratom because I know all the Kratom lovers are going to come jive on me and talk shit, but I think Kratom definitely has some potential. They just need to do some more research on it. Maybe, yeah, there just needs to be more research on it, I think. All right, so if you guys recall, I was living in my RV at my business a year ago this time. I lived in my RV for a year. I never really made a wrap-up video on living in my RV. Me and my puppy lived in my RV inside of my business for a whole freaking year. So about this time last year was when I got the keys to this townhouse that I'm in. I had to wait a few months for them to build it because I wanted to choose the specific unit where I'm at. Like the view that it has is better than the others, so I was willing to wait. So I've now been in this townhouse for a year, and recently just signed another year lease, so I'll be here for another year. I closed, if you guys don't know, I had a car dealership that I ran single-handedly. I closed that in April of just last year, okay? And I did that for a few reasons. Partially because my investments that I had made were doing extremely well, and I was making way more money with my investments than I was with my business. And so I figured, why would I want to continue with the stress of running and paying for a retail business when I can just not and make more money? So that was it. Also, I was hoping to wrap up my Suboxone journey last year. That obviously didn't happen. So there was my first flop. I already talked about the investments doing well. Okay, so I also wanted to focus a lot on my fitness and diet and just learn new diet stuff like that. That's a never-ending thing. I definitely did that. I did lots of motorcycle riding. I think I put 10,000 miles on my R1. I think I put about 10,000 miles, spirited miles, I might add, on my R1. So I had a really great year of motorcycle rides, and fitness was great. You guys remember we lost Rockin' Roberta. We lost her, it was right around the 4th of July. I think it was the end of June, 1st of July. It was somewhere right around there, around the 1st of July. We lost her, and I also had a close friend, Adam. He committed suicide. He was struggling with bipolar, and he had a pretty big family too. So a couple close losses for me as far as that goes. Rest in peace to both of those people. And a lot of people have been dying from the C19, the Roni Roan. A lot of people have been dying from that. Hopefully you guys are all battling as best you can. Hopefully you guys aren't losing your loved ones. I know it's a lot worse in certain areas than others. So guess what I had on Thanksgiving this year, guys? I had the C19, the Roni Roan. Wow, I finally caught it. I did not get the jabby jab. I'm not planning on getting the jabby jab unless it's somehow they hold me down and put it in me. So I have had a couple friends, a really close friend of mine that has had a lot of health issues and swelling in the leg and neck area, and nobody's able to figure out what is going on. And he spent a lot of money in emergency rooms, stuff like that, and tests and whatnot, and still nobody's able to figure out. He says if he got the 3rd booster, he says he thinks it would kill him. So hopefully I'm not messing with any YouTube crap. I know you got to really be careful about what you talk about on here, because you'll get you'll get in trouble somehow, or for some reason I don't understand why you can't just talk about things, but that's that. So I'm not planning on doing that. I was sick as crap, guys. It really was so weird. When it first kicked in, the virus, it felt so much like withdrawals, guys. I don't know how many of you guys have had it. It seems like everybody has different symptoms of it. For me, the first thing, I was actually at the gym and it started feeling really off. Just something was way off. And I'm always so like in tune with how I'm feeling with obviously the Suboxone all day long. It's how am I feeling? When do I need to take my dose? Like I'm always know if something's off, I could feel it immediately. And I just was talking to my uncle at the gym and I started feeling really like lightheaded and just something felt wrong. So I was like, I better get out of here. So right then was when the virus started kicking in. I lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks, guys. I could barely eat one meal a day and it was disgusting. All of my favorite foods tasted like crap. I remember opening up a can of tuna and it literally smelled, and I'm not exaggerating, it smelled like a piece of dog crap was just sitting there in my tuna can. I couldn't eat any of my meals, so I was screwed because I have very like set meals that I eat every day and they all tasted like total trash. So yeah, since I have skinny boy jeans, my body just melted down. I lost 15 pounds, 3 weeks, and I still haven't gotten it all back yet. And you know, this was a month or two ago that I had the virus. So yeah, so the first thing I noticed with the virus was I got very dizzy. What else was it? The dizziness is what really threw me off. I was like, this is very weird. Oh, body aches. I felt like my entire body was bruised. Even my eyeballs, guys. Like when I would close my eyes like this, it would hurt. I couldn't touch them without it hurting. I remember getting in the shower and just the water hitting my skin was hurting. Putting on a shirt, just the feeling of the shirt hitting my skin, it was painful. That was a very odd experience. So I had really low energy. I'm trying to remember, it's kind of been a minute. Low energy, like depression was kicking in worse than always. I mean, I'm always depressed, so that's just normal. But it was extra depressed. What else happened? And it kind of went in like cycles. So like it first started with the body aches and the dizziness, and then it was like a couple days later, it switched over to, oh, that reminds me. Let me grab this medication real quick too. Show you guys. If you guys do get the virus, or if you have any other like flu-like symptoms, get this medication. This literally saved my ass, guys. One of my ex-girlfriends would always swear by this back in the day. I thought she was full of crap, but if I didn't have this medication, I was screwed. It made a monstrous difference. I mean, it's like $10 for the pack, but damn, that is worth it, guys. So, okay, then I went to like nasal congestion, and then I went to like coughing, and then like mucus crap a few days later. And I thought that's about when I was to the end of it, but the body aches were the worst part of it. It just sucked. It was so bad. It was hard to sleep like that when you had so much body pain. And then towards the end is when I lost my taste and my smell, and that really freaked me out. I would say after about 2 to 3 weeks, that fully came back to normal. It was kind of like each day was a little bit better. It just took me a long time to get over the virus. I don't know why. I thought with me being so health and fitness oriented in my health foods that I would either not catch the virus or it would be nothing on me, but I'm not gonna lie, it did kick my butt. So that was a treat to deal with on Thanksgiving. So I had to sit home by myself. I was gonna see my aunts that just both finished their cancer treatments. I was gonna see them on Thanksgiving, but I had to skip that obviously. So yay for that. Okay, so moving on, just on Christmas, about a week ago, a friend and I were out doing some spirited riding on the freeway, and apparently some people called the police on us. I may or may not have been doing a few wheelies on the freeway, and we may or may not have been speeding some on the freeway. But at the end of the day, the person that called couldn't recall who was doing the wheelies and who wasn't. So the officer cut us a break and just gave us both tickets for going 110 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour zone. So Johnny Law finally caught up to us. Probably a good thing. I've been having a weird feeling lately something like that would happen. So I've gotten away with a lot of stuff, a lot of spirited rides, and I'm just going to use that ticket as, okay, like that's a warning, like it's time to take notice and be careful from here, like not do wheelies everywhere you go. Make sure that I'm out away from everybody. I mean, we were on the freeway, there was only a couple cars behind us, nobody was in front of us, so I didn't think it was too bad, too risky. I didn't think we were going to piss anybody off, but there must have been a Karen, I believe she was. From what I can recall, there was a lady behind us that kind of looked like she was pissed off, so I'm sure it was her. So anyways, I'm going to try to fight the ticket because I don't believe, first of all, that they have proof. I don't think anybody was recording. And from the time that we pulled off, there was nobody following us, okay? And then we got pulled over like 5-10 minutes later. These cops just showed up at the gas station. And there's no way anybody could have got our license plate, so I'm just gonna say it could have been anybody. There was literally like 5 or 10 different motorcycles that passed us as we were pulled over. So I'm gonna try to fight it, guys, just to see what happens. Worst case scenario is they say, ha, no. But as far as I'm concerned, you're innocent until proven guilty. So we're gonna find out here pretty soon, probably in a week or two, how I'm gonna be proven guilty on that. So my Christmas ticket. Okay, so this is kind of where I want to talk about the addiction part of things. So I had kind of a red flag with my addiction pop up because I was kind of upset about that ticket and stressed about it. When I got home, I took more Suboxone in an attempt to, I guess, kind of zone out of the situation, really. So that was a big time red flag for me, and I'm just worried, like if I had been off Suboxone, like would I have tried to get painkillers? I don't know. That's very scary to me to think that I would do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you guys know what I'm saying. Like that's a pretty big red flag for me, for myself, that I did that. And I seem to think that I remember doing that when my buddy killed himself too. I can't really remember. But I'm really struggling. I've always struggled with taking Suboxone, like self-guilting myself, and struggling just because I haven't been able to conquer this addiction or dependence, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. You know, I've been off painkillers now. I've been out of active addiction since 2017, so it's been like 5 years since I've taken painkillers, right? But for whatever reason, I've put a lot of effort into trying to get off Suboxone, and it just hasn't happened for me, guys. So maybe this is just what I need for now, for a little bit longer. Maybe some people just are. I've talked to a few people that have accepted the fact that basically you've done this damage to your brain with your addiction and painkillers in the past. So now you just need a little bit of something to help you through the day. And I've gone back and forth trying to just accept the fact that I might need this little low dose of Suboxone for the rest of my life. But then some days I'm like, I don't want to accept that. You know, it's like I'm wasting so much energy with that struggle in my head that some days it just really gets overwhelming, and it just sucks that I got myself into this position. I can't blame anybody but myself, you know, I really can't. So, but there is a hope, because I'm seeing like a trend almost of more people are getting off of Suboxone and moving on with their lives. Now, I do want to mention as well, since I'm saying that I have seen other people, they say that now they're taking the naltrexone shot. So some people, I think they don't understand, you know, or they're taking kratom now. So they think that it's just done and they're good and that's it. But they don't realize that it's a Band-Aid. It's still just kicking the withdrawal down the road if you're doing that. If you're going from Suboxone to kratom, it's still going to be the same Suboxone withdrawal. It's still going to be the same opiate withdrawal that we've been pushing along this whole time. It's still going to be waiting for you guys. So there's no easy way out of this. Now, I did want to say too that a lot of people are talking about the naltrexone shot and they're having success. Apparently, some people are just getting a couple of those shots and then just kind of moving on with their life. And I think that that's really amazing if that's really how it's going. Whoever makes that shot, you really need to make lower doses for people like myself that have been able to taper so low on Suboxone, but not be able to finish that last little bit off. I would love, if I could go tomorrow and get a tiny naltrexone dose that would just barely keep me out of withdrawals, I would love to do that and just take the thought of taking Suboxone off the table so I don't even have to think about it. I think that's a major part of it, is just how programmed it is into my brain. Okay, I gotta take this in the morning, every afternoon, I gotta take this. Like, it's just stamped onto my brain that I have to take this medication every day. I think it's pretty sad to say that I have no idea like what it's like to not have to take anything. Like, it's been almost 20 years, guys, since the very start of my addiction. Some people would ask, why do you need to get off Suboxone? It's just like, I would like to experience life without any substance that alters my mind. Maybe that's not possible at this point. Maybe I've just Swiss cheesed my brain so bad that I have to have this. I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's just me trying to like come up with excuses. I wish I knew, and I'm sure you guys are frustrated. Some of you guys are frustrated. I've seen some comments where some people are kind of being rude, and that's understandable. I understand the frustration. Trust me, I'm frustrated with myself. I've failed you guys. This channel has pretty much been a failure, really, going all the way back to when I first started the channel. I started at I was tapered down to 1 milligram. Now, so I've basically been making videos for 3 years, and I've been going up and down. I've came off Suboxone, I got back on Suboxone, I went to Kratom. Like, it's just been failure after failure. So you guys don't need to be rude to me about anything. Trust me, I'm plenty rude to myself. So if I do see any like shit talking, like just blatantly rude comments, I'll delete you. And if you do it again, then I'll block you from the channel. Obviously, I don't make a cent off of this channel. I've never made 1 penny off of sharing my struggles with you guys. So I know that my real supporters out there, you guys know how hard it is to move on with your life. And so I'm sure you guys can appreciate my honesty and my being vulnerable for the whole world to see, me putting my failures out there. I'm not sitting here blasting selfies, showing off my body that I work so freaking hard for. Like, I could easily be a sheep and fire up an Instagram and start putting all these selfies, and I don't do that shit, guys. I'm here talking shit on myself, basically making myself look like a jackass for the whole world to see. So please, guys, if you're gonna be rude to me, don't even say anything at all, because I'm not gonna put up with that shit. I know that that's a rare occasion, and I know there's just a lot of internet trolls. So I know that's going to come with the territory, especially where the channel is starting to grow a little bit. I know that's going to happen, so it is what it is. And if you have positive, like, constructive criticism, like, that's totally fine, and I accept that. And that's cool with me, there's some really thoughtful comments, but if it's just like some short, rude, trolly comment, I'm not going to deal with that shit, guys. So just a heads up on that. But it is great to see a lot of new people that are beating Suboxone. They're moving on with their lives. I just hope that if you switch to Kratom or you switch to naltrexone, I hope you don't think that you're just done and that's just it, because there still needs to be extra. You still need to go through the withdrawal at some point, guys. All right. So yeah, back to the naltrexone real quick. Has anybody heard of anything about, are they going to start making lower doses? Because as far as I've heard, they only have, I want to say it's a 300 milligram shot and a 100 milligram shot, and those are both way too strong for the dose that I've tapered down to. So it would be kind of stupid to take even the lower shot, which would be 100 milligrams for a month. And you guys, if you don't know it, the shot lasts a month, and it's just a slow release throughout the day. So has anybody heard about, I wonder if they could just cut the shot in half maybe, or like cut a quarter of it and inject that. Does anybody know if that's even possible? I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be. And I'm sure it's not some high-tech device. I'm sure it's just like a little insert. I haven't seen what they look like, but it would be so nice just to take a tiny little shot. If they made like a 30, like a 30, that would be perfect. 30 milligram shot would last a month. It gives you 1 milligram a month, and then it kind of slowly fades away. Dude, that'd be great. I don't know a whole lot about that, but whoever makes that, it makes no sense why you would be so limited on your doses. Even the doctors I've talked to, they don't understand why it's like that. So this year with my Suboxone has been pretty much, I'm considering this a flop because I've gone up to, I don't even remember what it was, 4 milligrams, 5 milligrams at the worst at some point in this year. And it's just like the same thing every year, guys, really. You know, there's something stressful that comes up and my dose will start to go up, and it's because I'm in control of my dose. So I actually have, I'll just show you this real quick. I'm not going to go over this too much, but there is my 2022 doses right there. That's my entire year of doses. As you guys can see, I have bottles of this shit. So this is, there's my little safe right there. I'm going to get this out of my house because this has been in my control, but I don't want to give away too much of this because I'm going to make a video showing that dose right there. But that is what I'm going to take for the entire year, guys, of 2022. So, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. So I've got it all mapped out like Willy Wonka for my 2022 taper. So I'm going to get the rest of these out of my house because I can only get so far on my own. I have to have external help, and that means that I can't be in control of my medication. So I'm going to pick up, these are going to, each of those doses, that's each line of those were 1 month. Okay, so I'm going to just have them in a bag, and I'm going to pick up 1 bag a month, and then that's going to be that. It's going to slowly taper me down. So okay, I'm gonna get the meds out of my house. That way I can stop goofing around with these extra doses here and there, and then before you know it, you're back up to 4 milligrams, and then you gotta taper back down again. It's just a cycle that keeps, I've noticed that it keeps happening. So that's when I make the best progress, is when it's out of my control. Okay. All right, we already talked about the negative comments. I know I failed you guys. Again, I'm sorry for that. I've told you guys in the past certain dates I'm gonna get off Suboxone. I tried, I failed, I get back on. Like all I can do is say I'm sorry, guys, and I'm doing the best I can. So I'm going to, I already have the video recorded about my 2022 Suboxone taper. It's gonna be a shorter video because a lot of people don't like to watch these longer videos like this. So I will put that video out tomorrow. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a shorter video to the point, just showing the doses and what I'm gonna do and how it's gonna be an easy Suboxone taper for me. Okay, I'm gonna take all the hard shit out of it. It's all about knowing what you can and can't handle, guys, because if you can't handle something, then you're gonna fuck up and you're gonna go back to painkillers more than likely, or whatever you were taking. Okay, I'm gonna try to get more videos coming soon. I've been really slacking, sorry about that, guys. I've talked with a few different people about doing collaboration videos. I know you guys like the collabs with 2 different creators. You guys know Reed is talking about wanting to get off Suboxone soon. He's tapered all the way down to 0.5 milligram or less. So don't forget to check out his channel, guys. He's been a long time subscriber of mine. And I think that's really about it for this video. We're coming close to a half an hour. So as I mentioned earlier, guys, don't forget to subscribe, as some people are getting automatically unsubscribed for whatever reason. Hit the like button. That really helps us out. Drop me some comments. Let me know how you guys are doing, what you're going to plan for 2022. Where are you guys at? Have anybody else beat Suboxone, the withdrawal? How are you guys doing? Don't forget to pray for me, guys, because we all know that the good Lord above really helps. That's where I've had my best success, is when I've been constantly praying to him and asking for help on a daily basis. But thank you all for the support. We're going to go into 2022, try to be positive, and hopefully we can give this taper another shot. And God willing, one day we'll be off this medication, guys. But I can't make any promises because clearly I've failed you guys a lot of times. So Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great fucking New Year's. Bye.